Android comments. It's pretty sad to see people being so YouTubey on Android comments for Android developers. I see it every time I go to look at an application. Why are they developing this shit? Google, try harder than this. That's not the point. The idea of this phone is that it's revolutionary, but only to the people that understand it. It's open source, which means if you want to write an application for it, or if you want to change the entire operating system entirely, Google gave you all the source code that you need to make this happen. Like if you get like a Motorola phone or like an iPhone, which is another story, I'll get into that. You know, like if you were to get like some Nokia phone or something, like it's going to be bound to that firmware. You're always going to have that operating system on it. And I bet you never even really thought of that unless, you're thinking like I am. Like, if you get a Windows mobile phone, it's really, really rare that you'd even be able to upgrade, like, that Windows Mobile 6 that came out. Maybe there's, I don't know, I don't really follow it. But, like, you're stuck with it. You're stuck with it. Software updates? No. If you get, like, a Razer, it's going to look like a Razer, unless you mod it. I mean, I don't want to do that. But, it's still going to run the Razer's the Motorola's operating system. With Google, it's like a little computer in its own right, actually. Like it runs Linux. It's running the whole thing. Of course, it's got like a Java front end, but the point is that it's really easy to code for. And because of that, people that have certain goals, like maybe making some app that you don't really care about, like they're able to put this together and put it up on the Android market and have it be free, because it was coded by them. They felt like making it. They made it. And now they made it public. It can be very helpful for people, and that's the whole point of having open source projects. Like, it's because it can be anything you want. So Google isn't to blame for this. In fact, you should be looking at all these individual applications that are maybe not as useful to you as like a good thing, because it's creating so much variety. Somewhere out there somebody is having a great time using one of these applications. Like there's some new ones that come up, like some Bible applications. I'm an agnostic. I don't really believe in it a lot. I mean, if something, you know what agnostic means. But anyway, I think it's great stuff, Like, there was like a Muslim-based... See, I don't really know much about religions, but like this stuff is coming out, and I'm not going to download it because I don't really see a use for it myself, but I'm not going to download it to give it 1 star and say this is crap because God is imaginary, whatever. A lot of the time, you're being totally ignorant leaving comments like that, It's whatever. And what I was going to say, the iPhone thing, the G1 is not an iPhone imitation. A lot of the other things, like, what is it, the Sprint's, I think it's Samsung Instinct? I think it's Samsung. I haven't really. But anyway, like, if you go to their website, it's all Instinct versus iPhone, or this whatever have you thing with the iPhone. It's always everything against the iPhone. If you're really so concerned as if it's better or not than the iPhone, just buy an iPhone. It's a great phone. It's a excellent phone. I think it's too bad that AT&T has all the rights to it, but what have you? I mean, it's a great phone. You can't say that like one thing is way better than another and then another thing sucks. Saying that the iPhone sucks is totally ignorant, but I think it's way too proprietary and way too closed source. I run Linux on all my machines when I can. I even have a Hewlett-Packard Jornada that I run Linux on. I mean, I'm a big Linux guy, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. Like if I got an iPhone, I'd feel awkward, kind of restricted, kind of, like you're forcing your way into getting what you want out of it. But with the G1, it's open source, straight from the factory. One thing I don't like about the G1 is that they don't give you root, but they give you the source code. Go figure. So anyway, I'll probably mess with that later, but I'm not going to bother with it right now. I work and I go to college, so... Back to my original point, if you find an app and you don't care about it, don't tell us you care or don't care about it and leave 1 or 2 stars. That's really just, and this whole first bullshit, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, and this like e-thug kind of like, what wit dat, like, be civilized, you know? Think about others when you're making comments, because the comment system is designed to let other users know how good the app is as well as the developer. And there's even like a thing to email the developer. If you're really hating it that much, the developer probably wants to know why. You might want to do that instead of leaving an ignorant comment. So I wanted to express myself on the Android market, and I think that the market is a great example of what a success should look like. Because if you go onto the market, there's like 5 new apps every day, and the phone's been out for 3 weeks, maybe. So, like, there's already a ton of development going, and Google's really focusing on this and hoping that all this development's going to happen because they left the thing open source for people to hack away on it. So I really liked it, and it just for the reason that Google's so open-minded about it with the Open Handset Alliance and everything with Android and, you know, the whole thing. I chose to get the phone solely based on that because I believe in it, and I feel great. It's great to have a phone where, you know, you don't hate. I've hated every phone. I'm blabbing now. Anyway, if you're posting crap on the Android market, shut the fuck up. Okay, that's all.